The sources are saying that P. Diddy is about to turn himself in. DJ Academics just released the whole entire court paperwork showing the documentation, the affidavits, and everything that Cassie's alleging on P. Diddy. It's 3 other people who stepped forward, 3 other P. Diddy victims. Diddy, he's getting caught for everything, man. There's so many people that he done wronged that they're all coming and stepping together. They team together. They talk behind closed doors and say, you know what? In 2023 is the year that we're going to come out and we're going to get P. Diddy for what he did to us, man. This has been a long time coming. Tupac tried to warn everybody. If y'all rocking with Tupac, if y'all rocking with Cassie and everybody else, put the 222s in the comment section. If you're a P. Diddy fan, let me know. But at the end of the day, people got to realize that this whole thing is big. It's bigger than New York. It's bigger than the East Coast, West Coast. What P. Diddy was doing, he was getting under a lot of people's skins, man. He was trying to have a lot of power, control, but he was tripping. Once he got so much bread, it got to his head. And this is when he started telling people, you have to do this. This is when he started bossing Cassie around, like treating her the wrong way, man. People got to understand that it's a lot of toxic relationships like P. Diddy and Cassie. P. Diddy's not the only person who got caught for doing something like this. We seen it with Chris Brown and Rihanna. We seen it with so many other people. And the fact that they let P. Diddy be on the run for free and not have to worry about this for so long, he thought he got away. When Cassie came out and said everything, she was distraught, man. She couldn't even speak. She was crying and everything, trying to let out the tears while trying to explain to the whole entire psychologist and everything at the therapy session why P. Diddy was doing this to her. What happened between them two? How come they can't sit in the same room no more and everything like that? One thing people got to realize is P. Diddy went way too far, man. He went way too far. He knew what he was doing. He knew the fact that he was scaring people and that he was threatening them, saying that he was going to basically kick them off of Bad Boys if they don't do what he said. And Cassie was on Bad Boys. All of the people, they were signed to him. Basically, he was the one writing the check for them. He's the guy that signs the check. So when the guy that signs the check basically says that you have to do this, there's no other options for you if you don't got no other way of making the bread. Because at the end of the day, people got to realize that P. Diddy, a lot of the stuff that came out about the people who he signed, the artists and everything, they speaking out. They actually came out after all these years and said it wasn't all what it seemed to be. Like all the lights and the glitz and the glamour, but behind all of that, from the fake smiles and everything, P. Diddy, he was actually like completely mean and rude to them, and this is why they don't like him no more. Like they have actual beef with P. Diddy because Diddy actually made them do certain things that they don't believe. They against all of these stuff. Like he was basically bullying them. He was making it to where they couldn't do their normal daily thing if Diddy wasn't paying them. And so this is the way that he was having his finger on people, basically, like making them so that he has to do like Simon Says what Diddy says, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, the $50 million that he got to pay, the $30 million that he got to pay is just the beginning of it, man. Because now everybody realizes that, okay, since he want to boss up and have so much millions of dollars and be a billionaire, then they're going to use that against him. They're going to go after him for 30, 50, $100 million and basically make him till he's broke. Because if they can't get him and lock him up for the things that he did to all them people, from what he did to Tupac, the karma from all the situations, the past relationships, the artists that he shelved, a lot of people that he told them he was going to do this for him. He told them if they stayed loyal to him that he was going to give them a lot of bread, give them a lot of opportunities, give them a job, more money, and take care of their families and everything. But a lot of people, they got nothing in return. They sat there and had P. Diddy's back through thick and thin, and when things hit the fan and they thought it wasn't true and it really was, they were still there advocating for P. Diddy. But then now you see he wasn't a true friend, and so this is what he did to them. This is what he was doing to them while they was trying to cover for him in a lot of different situations, making it seem like he was a nice boss and everything like that. But at the end of the day, man, he was basically like making it to where they were standing up against him. They were about to protest for P. Diddy. They were about to go on a strike on Bad Boys and everything. This is why P. Diddy gave back a lot of the masters to a lot of people, because he knew at the end of the day he milked it dry. He knew that the allegations were coming. He knew the lawyers, they were calling him every day about the Cassie situation, telling him to settle for the $30 million. They had to take this to court. And now 5 other people are coming out with the way more P. Diddy stories. They saying Diddy also did the same thing to another person. And so as more and more people come forward, man, they took Sean John out of Macy's. Diddy's losing a lot of money. He lost over $100 million through this whole entire week. Like, he's gonna lose his billionaire status if he doesn't do something about it right now. And this really goes back to the karma coming from Tupac, the karma coming from Cassie. Everybody knows at the end of the day that Diddy was gonna have to face all of this. He was gonna have to face the allegations. He was gonna have to face all the stories and the rumors and everything. And a lot of people, they're saying that the stories and the rumors, they're true. They believe it's true because of the fact that they wouldn't think Cassie would be capping about something like this. They didn't think that Gene Deal would be lying all these years about what Diddy did to Tupac and Biggie. Like, a lot of people from the families of Tupac, the brother of Tupac, the mom, Diddy's brother, like Biggie's cousins, Biggie's uncles, B.I.G.'s dad, like, they all came forward and said that what P. Diddy did was wrong. He was wrong for that, man. And now they're trying to get the justice for everybody all in one. If they can't get Diddy for what he did to Tupac, then they're going to come after his bread and make sure that the $1 billion that he has is going to be down a lot, 99%. And at the end of the day, the feds could still come after him. You see how the allegations come. Usually what happens with people is that it's the accusations, then the lawsuits come. All of a sudden, he paying all this money to settle the stuff, to keep the hush money and keep it all quiet. Then after that, the feds could come with a RICO because they know for a fact that Bad Boy, that whole entire group, like what they was doing with the East Coast, West Coast with the Tupac, they used the managers from Aaliyah. They used managers that was in Bad Boys to write the $1 million check and give it to Keefe D and them to try to do the hit for Tupac. They hit him up and they came to collect the check, and that one dude ran off with it. This is what they're connecting the dots for. And at the end of the day, they know for a fact that the same checks that P. Diddy gonna write for the $30 million to Cassie is still the same numbers in the same type of check as that he wrote to Tupac. He never changed the checks. And this is the one thing that the feds are trying to actually sneak in there. They're gonna look at the check that he writes to pay off Cassie, to pay off all the hush money for all the people that are stepping up about his past relationships. And when they examine that check, the witnesses already know the cashier who cashed the check, the $1 million check that Von Zip got from Diddy. They know what the whole entire check looked like. If the numbers match up, then they gonna get P. Diddy on the whole entire RICO. And this has been 30 years in the making. A lot of the stuff that people are saying about P. Diddy is from 1991, 1997, the year that he hit up Tupac. And everything alleged him for entertainment purposes. But at the end of the day, they got to get justice for Cassie. They got to get justice for Tupac. It's 222. We've been waiting way too long. We heard all of the stories. We heard about what he did to every single person. And he denying everything. He hasn't even came out to apologize, man. Where's the apology from these people when they get caught doing wrong things, man? This is what we're talking about. The fact that he's not owning up to it. He's writing the checks and he's paying the money, but he's not saying sorry. Because he meant to do the stuff that he did. He purposely was doing it. This was no accident. This was no phase that he was going through. He was not a teenager. He wasn't going through that type of time. And so everything that Diddy did, this is what he wanted to do, or somebody told him to do this. And at the end of the day, he has to own up to the responsibilities of everything that he did to people, man. The fact that he raised his voice at Cassie, he told her she couldn't go and see nobody else. Then the situation with the car, they said Diddy did something to somebody's car after the fact that he said he was going to do it. These are the same things that the feds are going to be looking at. When the fact that Cassie says in the report, in the indictment reports, that she said, Diddy said she can't see Kid Cudi. She can't talk to Kid Cudi. But he's the one that introduced Cassie to Kid Cudi. So when Kid Cudi and Cassie talking, he said, oh, I'm a do something to Kid Cudi's car. Next thing you know, Kid Cudi car blow up in the driveway. Who did that? Diddy said everything in text messages. They got it in writing and everything. They got the evidence and the proof. He snitched on himself. The fact that he didn't think that the messages was going to be saved for 20 years, for 30 years, he messed up. 15 years, however long it was since that situation happened. Cassie, she still got the same phone. She saved it because she knew at the end of the day she was going to write a book about how she survived P. Diddy. And this is what everything is coming down to. All the survivors, all the victims, they coming out. They taking a page from Keefe D's book, and they actually writing their own book about P. Diddy and about everything that he did. This is why a lot of people, they don't feel sorry for P. Diddy no more. They know for a fact it's over for him. That the RICO is going to come. The feds are going to catch him for doing what he did to Tupac, for doing what he did to Cassie and all the countless people. This is why 50 Cent, he keep coming out and responding to the Diddy allegations. He coming out and letting everybody know that this is really going on. So at the end of the day, man, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like this video, let me know what you guys think.